Welcome to TSUTigers.com. We are joined here with Coach Rod Reed, and you can already see the excitement on his face as the 2012 football fall camp starts up this weekend. Players are already trickling in, an official report day on Sunday. Coach, I know you have to be very excited about this upcoming year. There's a lot of excitement in the air, a lot of big-time football games to be played. But what's going through your mind here in the first couple of days of camp?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of sleepless nights this last week. I'll tell you, I've been tossing and turning. Not so much worrying, just excited. The guys have been around here all summer working out with Coach Futrell, getting stronger, faster, and doing 7-on-7s against each other. So they're ready. They're chomping at the bit to get started. And us as a coaching staff, we want to see how we progress from the spring. We're going to start over day one install and start from the ground up and see what we got.
Well, Coach, this year the offense returns a lot of offensive weapons. Mike German at quarterback, Travis Ward at tailback, Devin Wilson, an all-conference, 3 all-conference linemen returning. What does it mean to have a lot of that offensive firepower back?
Well, that's what we set out for at the onset, was to recruit guys and bring them through and have them come through in classes. And we're still extremely young. We still got a lot of sophomores that will be dominated by this year, but that offensive line that you talked about with Roger Gaines, Kadeem Edwards, Sherman Carter, Demetrius Rainey, Anthony Woods will be back over there, Brandon Haskins. We got a really good core first group of offensive linemen. And our second team guys, they were all redshirt freshmen last year. They'll be redshirt sophomores this year. The Derek Simpleys of the world, Robert Myers, Anthony Morris. So we feel good about the offensive line, but we've got to be more consistent on offense. We had some games where we put up a lot of points, and then we had some where we didn't put up a whole lot. So we're working on consistency all the way around. Coach,
on the defensive side, you got some guys that are gone now. Rico Council doing well in the camp in the NFL with the Atlanta Falcons. Joe Wiley graduated from the Tigers last year. But you got some good returners, too, in Antonio Harper, Wilson Robinson, Daniel Fitzpatrick, just to name a few. What do you expect from your defense?
Well, anytime you lose people right up the middle of your defense, which we did. You didn't mention Dante Nichols, but, Dante was an anchor in the middle there. Rico's right there in the middle, and your free safety, Joe Wiley. We lost 3 core guys right up the middle of the defense, but we feel really good about Nick Thrasher coming in and replacing Rico at the mic. When you really look at the grand scheme of things, Rico came in as a redshirt freshman and started 4 years. So we hope that Thrasher can do the same thing there. But, Barksdale will give us some depth at linebacker. So will Wilson Robinson. He's a returning junior that started all games last year. So we feel really good. We lost some guys on the defensive front. DJ McCillian will be out for the year. He sustained an injury in the spring that will not allow him to play this fall. Derek Platt decided to pursue his academic issues, and he's a good student. He's a 3.5 kid, but he felt like he wanted to be a 4.0, and I can respect that. And, we're still dealing with Detorius Shipley. We don't know what his situation is with the NC2A. And so we've got some issues on the defensive front, but in the secondary, we think we fortified that a little bit with the additions of a couple of transfers, Ronnie Vincent and Christopher Robinson back there on the back end. And, Fitzpatrick is back there, and David Van Dyke also has to step up this year and do a great job for us. Andrew Taylor, he's a returner that'll be playing a lot of nickel safety corner for us, and Justin Bather be another senior defensive back. So we have fortified the secondary a little bit, but we all know the best pass defense is pass rush. But the first thing you have to do on defense is stop the run. So we're going to address those D-line issues. We took Kelu Fontaine from offense. We're going to start him off in camp and see if he can help us out on the defensive line. But those are some issues that we'll be dealing with on defense. But as a coaching staff, you got to be excited about the youth that we have on the team and the experienced youth that we have on the team. So that gives us a lot to be excited about going into camp.
All right, Coach. Special teams. You got one of your all-time kickers coming back, and Jamie Godfrey. I believe he ranks top 3 in several categories, and you also have a good return specialist in Weldon Garlington, who's recognized earlier this year. What does it mean to have some of those guys back on special teams?
Well, you mentioned the 2 we got back, but we are missing one. Matt Mosley kicked really well for us. He was our punter last year, and he transferred to Southern Miss. But Jamin, I'm really excited about him. He has a big leg, and he continues to improve from week to week. And, he's been kicking all summer, so we're really excited about him going into the season. Knowing that you have that threat in the red zone, that once you cross the 25-yard line, you're a threat to score. That gives you a lot to, to feel good about as a coach. But in Weldon, the same way. Anytime you got a kid that at any moment when he touches the ball, he can score, you really got to be excited about that. I'm looking more to see Weldon develop more as a receiver, because I think he can be a big play threat on offense as well.
All right, Coach, what do you focus on during this first week of camp? What are some of you just kind of focus on getting back to the fundamentals, or what do you do when you have this first week of camp?
Well, the good thing is about this camp is, as I alluded to earlier, we played a lot of young guys last year, and all of those young guys went through the spring and pretty much know the system. We will be adding some new guys into the fold, so you want to go back and just get a lot of teaching in that first week. We're going to throw a lot at them, and we're going to see if they can regurgitate it back to us, by that first scrimmage on the 5th day. So we're going to do a lot of teaching, slow it down a little bit, and then we'll jump into it. After about that first 2 weeks, though, you got to start focusing on Florida A&M.
Well, Coach, we always encourage the fans to come out and support the team during practice. What is the practice policy for fans to come out and watch the Big Blue?
As of right now, we do have an open practice policy. I imagine I'll tighten up as it gets a little closer to the game. But we do want to see the Big Blue fans out there supporting our guys. We'll start practice on, I think, Monday, August the 6th. That first practice will be at 9:15 to 11:30, and we won't get into two-a-days until after that 5th day. So those first 5 practices will be 9:15 in the morning practices, and we'll do some walkthroughs in the afternoon.
All right, Coach, and also talk about the senior kickoff luncheon on August 24th.
Well, that's just a deal that it was actually started before I took over as head coach, or before I was even here as a coach. But it's a great way to honor our seniors and let them go out with a bang, and that is August 24th. There's still time to get some advertising if you want to in our brochure that we'll have, but we do that for our seniors. It's at August 24th at the Millennium Maxwell House Hotel, and it's a great way to come out and see our senior Tigers and get a preview of what the season is going to be like at that point. By that point, we'll know who our starters are and all of that good stuff. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions at the lunch.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck with camp.
All right, thank you, Russell.